energy. Welcome, Steve Poltz.
Hey God, I trade you Donald Trump for Leonard Cohen. Come on, God, you know which way the winds are blowing. The planet is so hot, and then it starts to snowing. What do you say, God? Donald Trump for Leonard Cohen. Hey God, I trade you Donald Trump for Muhammad Ali. Come on, God, you don't need glasses. I mean, you can really see. They're locking up the poor folks. They don't want them to be free. What do you say, God? Donald Trump for Cassius Clay. Well, I don't know what happened with the people smoking coke. Is this some kind of crazy elaborate joke? There's people that are sick and their noses are runny. But if this is a joke, I don't think it's really funny. Hey God, I trade you Donald Trump for Princess Leia. Come on, God, you know, man, that dude is just a player. When Donald opens up his mouth, where the hellish winds start blowing. What do you say, God? Donald Trump or Princess Leia? Hey, God, I trade you Donald Trump for Tom Petty. Come on, God, I'm up on stage, jumping around, getting nice and sweaty. I wish Donald take a long walk off a short jetty. What do you say, God? Donald Trump or Tom Petty? But I don't know what happened with the people reading fake news. Did they ignore the alarm and did everyone hit snooze? There's people that need health care that are sleeping in the streets. Well, Donald's taking golden showers wrapped in satin sheets. I was in Australia and I was playing this festival. It was called Woodford Folk Festival, right? It's in Australia, there in Queensland. And Trump had just gotten elected, and Leonard Cohen had just died. So I had a half hour. I was about to go on stage, and this girl from Ireland sees me, and she says, "Hey, Poltzy, will you come play the Clonakilty Guitar Fest in Ireland in October?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Well, you should be careful, though. I want you to come over, but they might not let you back in the United States now that that guy got elected." And I said, "Can you believe Leonard Cohen just died?" And she said, "Man, I'm so bummed." And I said, "I'd trade Donald Trump for Leonard Cohen right now." And she said, "I would too. That sounds like a song." And I said, "Leave it with me." So I was about to go on stage. I had a half hour, so I went and wrote the song in a tent. And I had this girl hold the words on the phone. And I was in front of 5,000 people. And I finished the song. Next thing I knew, I got a standing ovation. So I was like, this is really cool. Then I went up to Canada to play Mariposa Folk Festival. So I'm in Canada. And I figured, man, that guy in Australia, I got a nice standing ovation. So I did it in Canada. Yeah, I got a standing ovation there. Then a week later, I was playing a show in Florida. So I played the song, and this woman gets up and throws a beer bottle at my head. So I said, "I think I'm onto something here. Maybe I should make a video for it." So I go back to Nashville, where I live, and I make a video for this song, right? So I put it up on YouTube. Next thing I know, I start getting all kinds of hate mail from people. Crazy hate mail. Now, I'm the kind of guy who just writes whatever song comes in my brain. I'm not really trying to start fights with people. I just thought it was a cool title. Hey, God, I'll trade you Donald Trump for Leonard Cohen. So this one guy writes me, he says, Steve Poltz, you're a traitor to America. You should be waterboarded, you un-American MRFer. MRFer stands for motherfucker. So he ends it and says, you should watch your back. So I wrote him back and I said, Dear Mike, thanks so much for your letter. The reason I did the song in the key of G is because I had a cold that day. I was originally going to do it in A, but my voice was sounding husky and low, so that's why I picked that key. If you'd like, I can send you the lyrics. Thanks so much for your interest. Steve Poltz. So he writes me back and he says, what the fuck is wrong with you? Did you not read my email? Do you know I know where you live now? Through Google, I can find out anything. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna burn down your house and you're gonna be inside it. So I wrote him back and I said, Dear Mike, thanks again for writing. I use Diodario, phosphor, bronze, medium gauge strings. I like the tone they get better than light gauge strings. My fingers are pretty strong because I grew up playing classical guitar. And so that's why I use those ones. Yours in Christ, Steve Poltz. So then he writes me back and he says, you gotta really watch out, man. I'm gonna come to your town 2 weeks from now and I got a bunch of friends that we're gonna kill you. He flat out tells me he's gonna kill me. So I write him back and I say, Dear Mike, when I was on tour with Jewel in 1998, the electric guitarist in the band was Doug Pettibone. He's a good friend of mine, but one day when we were on tour, it was really hot. And so we decided to have what I called Sack Off 99. We want to see who could stretch their ball sack farther. So, as you know, when balls get really warm, you can stretch them really far, and sometimes they look like bazooka bubble gum. Well, I want to send you a picture of my balls because I won Sack Off 99. But will you send me one of yours stretching yours first? Please? God bless you, Steve Poltz. So then he writes me back and he says, I'm blocking you. Hey God, I'll trade you Donald Trump for Leonard Cohen. Come on, God, you can do anything after all you are unknowing. When Donald opens up his mouth, where the hellish winds start blowing. What do you say, God? Donald Trump or Woody Guthrie? So my friend Bob Schneider in Austin, Texas wrote me an email and he goes, Poltz,
nice dancer.
I want you to write a song and I want you to say Michigan in the song. That was the only rule. So I said, okay, because we were doing this thing where every 24 hours we'd make up a song and there'd be one key word and we'd keep emailing them to each other. So he said, you gotta say Michigan in this song. So here's what I came up with. I can only believe again if you take me away to Lake Michigan and I end up on a trip again. I hope I don't get sick again. I'd love to take that trip, but I never really believe I can, 'cause of all the troubles in the world that make me lose my tan. And I am just a frozen man floating in a frozen can, and the news is full of lots of sleaze, makes me panic till I wheeze. I can always walk away, I can leave as early as today, 'cause I got cards right up my sleeve, and I can be your best friend that you call up when you're angry. You say, Steve, 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 Steve. On the TV they were yelling and the candidates weren't gelling. One was more religious than the other more religious. One who was yelling about the Bible, and the NRA was up in arms screaming that the people need more places that they could buy more guns, 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 guns. And there were weddings that were happening that were never gonna be catered by shitty pizza parlors defending their right to not serve pizza to people of the same sex that maybe want to marry and have the right to get divorced like heteros named Chip and Larry. On the computer there were videos, too many to mention, of cops shooting black men surrounded by henchmen. And the videos were viral, spreading hate to sandwich in between more hate. People taking to the streets to scream about their fate. You could be shot for being black or just for walking down the street. Maybe going to your parents after eating Skittles with some friends you meet, and a guy pulls up beside you in your hoodie, and he's gonna stand his ground, and everyone around is holding lots and lots and lots of guns, 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 guns. And there were Christians fighting Muslims, and Muslims fighting Jews and Hindus, people getting bombed in offices and marathons. Someone got their feelings hurt because their God was mocked and goaded. Religion reared its ugly head. All the guns are cocked and loaded, loaded, loaded. And torture became legal. There were pictures there to prove it. Waterboarding people hanging upside down with loud rock music always playing in armies. Upon armies shooting up each other underneath the darkened skies. Time to duck and cover from the drones, 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 drones. Sing it, Poltz. And everyone's been wiretapped. We're whispering till our lips get chapped. The NSA knows everything. I can only stand and sing. I'm probably being watched right now for singing everything I see. I'm wondering if we're really free. The tail is wagging the doggy. But I could sing my songs for you until my face turns black and blue. Look up at the sky above, try to spread some peace and love, and try to stop the push and shove with lots and lots and lots of songs of love, love, dove, dove, love. And I can only believe again if you take me away to Lake Michigan and I end up on a trip again, and I hope I get to Michigan. I'd love to take that trip with you, but there's nothing more I'd love to do than shut out all the world and sleep behind a fireplace and be alone with you. Woo! This is so fun, you guys. I'm gonna do one more song and then bring my friend Hanna up to sing a song we wrote yesterday. I want all my friends to be happy. I want all my friends to find love. I want all my friends to share good things and be blessed by the light from above. I want all my friends to be hopeful, not to be slaves to a bank. I hope that my friends never have to roll through the streets in a tank. I want all my friends to have kitchens stacked up with bountiful food. I hope they wake with a smile and say words like, now let's all go to the Tropical Cancer Concert Series in Todos Santos, Baja California, make it work, come on. I want all my friends to know laughter, uncontrollable from deep in the gut. I want all my friends to have fine shoes and to pat someone cute on the butt.
I need that ass.
I want all my friends to go travel and to see the world for just what it is. A beautiful place to inhabit. It's a big melting pot made of jizz. Think I could have found a better rhyme. I want all my friends to dance naked. Except my mom says there's a difference between naked and naked. Naked's when you're naked, and naked's when you're naked and up to no good. I want all my friends to dance naked, so that all of their neighbors can see. I want them all to be colorblind, and to keep those small-handed wall-building orange-skinned politicians far the fuck away from me. I want all my straight friends to love all of the gay friends I have. I'd love it if we all went to dinner together. 'Cause my gay friends always pick up the tab. I want all my friends to be healthy, and when they see kale and greens, not just to scoff. I want them to live long and prosper, and to tell cancer to just go fuck off. And to tell cancer to just go fuck off. Okay, what really happens is if you all put your minds together and tell cancer to fuck off together, it's amazing the power of the mind. You could have a friend right now who's suffering from cancer. They don't even have to be there, but they'll feel it carried across the evening zephyr, traveling even all the way to Africa, anywhere, because we have the breeze on our side right now, and through the powers of our minds. Actually, they could have already passed away and crossed over to the other side. It's okay, because they'll hear you and they're like, thanks, man, I heard you. And to tell cancer to just go fuck off. Oh, that was good. But this time, really, if it's really, really loud, it makes my balls tingle, and it's awesome. So let's try to do that for me. And to tell cancer to just go fuck off. Yeah. This time, just whisper it. Just whisper it like you're in a Catholic school library, and Sister Eileen's gonna get really pissed off at you when she hears you, because she knows you're trading notes underneath, and you're trading notes on Plessy versus Ferguson because of Brown versus Board of Education because of the old Jim Crow laws and everything, and you're studying that history right now in your history class. So you don't want Sister Eileen to get mad at you, so whisper the fuck off. And to tell cancer to just go. Oh, that's good. Okay, this time, just think it. But if you think it, really send the anti-cancer vibes to somebody you're thinking about right now that you love so much, that maybe you wish was here. It's okay if you get tears in your eyes. I won't tell Sister Eileen. And to tell cancer to just go. Want all my friends to know one thing. One day when I'm long dead and gone, I want them to know that I love them, and that's why I wrote them, why I wrote on this song. Because I want all my friends to be happy. That's your part. Here we go. I want all my friends to be happy. I want all my friends to find love. I want all my friends to find love. I want all my friends to share good things and be blessed by the light from above. And be blessed by the light from above. Da-da-dee-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. thing about these festivals, wherever you play, and I'm lucky I get to go from festival to festival. And so you always meet these people, and they become friends for life. And I just met Hanna about 5 days ago, probably. Yeah, I think on Friday night. And then we said, we should write a song together, because we were kind of simpatico. We were talking about music. So this is a song we just made up yesterday. Holy crap.
Grandpa needs his glasses. Where are we?
Right here at the front.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Ready? I really wanna know where you wanna go. I'm gonna find you somewhere. Above by sunny beam. All I know is I'm coming home. Can you tell we wrote it yesterday? It's hard now, the silence. I'm picking up the pieces. I'm talking to myself and seeing all my creases. This mirror, it shows me the lines I've crossed and how they haunt me and taunt me and teach me more about myself. I really wanna know where you wanna go. I'm gonna find you somewhere. We make a pretty team, blessed from above by a sunny beam. All I know is I'm coming home. Tracking all of my movements lately. I'm laughing, I'm dancing, I'm wishing you were with me. I'm changing, arranging my busy schedule so I might meet up, put my feet up and greet you in some dreamland. I really wanna know where you wanna go. I'm gonna find you somewhere. We make a pretty team, blessed from above by a sunny beam. All I know is I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Changing, arranging. I hope I find you somewhere.
flying tomorrow to Florida to play 38 Songwriters Fest. I'm gonna miss you guys. Because you know what? This reminds me of when I was in first grade. And I was crossing the street to go to Catholic school. And a fly landed on my head. But it wasn't a fly, it was a wasp. And I slapped my hand down on it, and the wasp stung me in the head. And all the nuns at my Catholic school saw me running in the crosswalk. I was like Jerry Lewis. I was like, hey, lady. And the nuns took me into the convent. And I had an allergic reaction, and I broke out in hives. And they laid me down on a cot and gave me some Benadryl for my allergies. Next thing I knew, oh my gosh, my mom was standing over me. And she looked like Audrey Hepburn. She was so beautiful. And she looked me in the eyes, and she brought me an orange-flavored sherbet push-up ice cream treat. And she said, Stephen, I just want you to know one thing. She said, I want you to know that I love you. And then she said, I'm in it for the long haul. I'm with you till the end. I'm in it for the long haul. You'll always be my friend. So years and years and years later, I went away to college to the University of San Diego, a Catholic university. I studied political science with a minor in Spanish. So I knew I wouldn't have a job, but at least I'd know why. And I had this roommate named Todd in San Diego, and he was a Southern California surfer. And every other word out of his mouth was dude. We were like meerkats. We could just communicate using one word, dude. So there were all different kind of vocal inflections of ways you could say dude. So say he saw me at the airport and he hadn't seen me in a long time. He'd go, dude! But then say we were in Mexico and he blew off one of his fingers with an M80 firework, it'd be, dude! Then say you walked in on him in the bathroom and he was having a wank. He'd go, dude! So if there was something really important he wanted to tell you, dude. And you knew when he said, dude. So he comes out of the water after surfing one day, and he comes into the house where we were living in Mission Beach, California, and he goes, dude. And I go, dude? He goes, dude. And I go, dude. And he goes, no way. And I go, dude? He goes, I was surfing today. I met this totally hot chick, bro. There was like 6-foot swell coming in from Mexico. Bro, I had my tri-fin out there and I got totally too. And this girl was surfing next to me and she got totally too. So we got out of the water and we went over to Roberto's. We got 6 rolled tacos with guacamole. And we shared a bean and cheese burrito too. We got a couple Corona beers, bro. Anyway, she's coming over tonight. And I go, dude? And he goes, dude. So I said, whoa. So then he says to me, I couldn't believe what he says to me next. He goes, I'm gonna put the BOP underneath your bed. And I said, no, I don't want the BOP underneath my bed. Now, BOP was an acronym for bag of porn. It was the 80s and the internet did not exist yet. So my roommate Todd had this red bag with a black zipper, and I remembered it had 3 porno magazines in it. I'm not going to tell you the titles of them because I don't want to offend you. Okay, they were Slick Slots, Prison Pussy, and Hairy Construction Workers. I still don't know why he had Hairy Construction Workers, but he did. So anyways, he goes, dude, I want to put the BOP underneath your bed. I go, please don't put the bag of porn underneath my bed. What if I go out tonight for food and my lungs collapse? I'll be rushed to the hospital and my parents will come down. They might have to stay in my room, and if they do, they'll think those magazines belong to me. And I'll be in trouble. I was raised in a very strict Catholic family. And he goes, dude, come on. And I go, dude. He goes, dude. And I said, all right, dude. So that night I went out and he brought the girl home with him. And I went out and I was taking some money out of the ATM and my lung collapsed. And I was rushed to the hospital. I can't make this shit up. I've had 13 collapsed lungs in my life. So I go into the hospital, I'm in the emergency room, and the emergency room doctor comes out, and he's a Southern California surfer, and he looks at the x-rays of my lung, and he goes, dude. And I said, could you please speak like a doctor? And he goes, sorry, dude. Dude, you've had a spontaneous pneumothorax, bro. We're gonna have to do what's called a thoracotomy and cut open the inside of your ribcage so it sticks to the lung, never to collapse again. And I said, oh my God. He says, we're going to call your parents to come down. My parents came down. They brought the priest with them from our parish, Father Michael Murphy. He was from Ireland. So my parents come in and I'm about to go into surgery and my roommate Todd's there and everything. And my mom goes, Stephen, we drove a long way, 3 hours, and you're going to be in the hospital 2 weeks. We don't want to get a hotel room. I don't know why I make my mom sound like JFK. We will not tolerate missiles off the coast of Cuba. So she says to me, so we're going to stay in your room for 2 weeks. And all I'm thinking is, shit, I got the fucking bag of porn under my bed. Todd's a stoner, he's never going to remember. But I'm so high on the drugs they give you before surgery, I look at my mom and I go, P.O.P. And she looks at me the way a chihuahua would look at you when you put a sweater on it at Christmas and take a picture of it, and she cocks her head at me like, B.O.P. And as they wheel me away to go into surgery, I go, porn. And I saw my roommate Todd running out of the room. Next thing I knew, I woke up, I was in intensive care. Father Michael Murphy was there, my dad was there, my mom was there. And I looked at Father Murphy, and I said, P.O.P., Father. And he said, do you have to pee? Do you have to pee, Stephen? And I looked at my mom, and I said, bag of porn. And she said, you can't have any corn, no solid food for 2 weeks, son. And I looked back at the priest and my dad and I said, it was like I became the exorcist. I went, get the fucking bag of porn out from under my goddamn bed. 6 lots, prison pussy, hairy construction workers. And my mom covered up the priest's ears. The priest covered up my mom's ears. Todd ran out of the room. And then my dad looked down at me and said, it's okay, son, we still love you. We love you. Besides, that Slick Slots was a pretty good magazine. But your mom really liked prison pussy, go figure. Father Murphy and me, we liked hairy construction workers. And I said, no. And then he said, son, just remember I love you. And then he said, he looked me in the eyes and he looked me and he said, I'm in it for the long haul. I'm with you till the end. I'm in it for the long haul. You'll always be my friend. Now as I stand here on a beautiful Wednesday, it's probably Thursday morning now, here in Todos Santos, Baja California, Mexico, lucha libre. I'm in Mexico, mi favorito país en todo el mundo. Me gusta México mucho. La gente, they're in my corazón. And all I can think about is love, 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 love. And I think, what have I loved the most in my life? Well, I gotta tell you, people, it was my dog when I was a little kid. His name was Bojo. He was the coolest dog ever, and I would pretend he was on the Los Angeles Dodgers, and I would throw a ball, and Bojo would chase it. Well, one day I threw that ball, and it went out into the middle of the road, and there was a car coming. Well, you know where this story's going. It was a Cadillac, and I'll never forget the sound of the tires skidding or that Cadillac hitting the dog I loved. And I picked my dog up and I said, Bojo! And I was crying and he was barely alive and he snapped at me like he didn't even know me, and I ran into the house. I said, Mom, we gotta take Bojo to the veterinarian. And my mom drove as fast as she could in our 4-door Dodge Aspen sedan. And as she drove, some young 16-year-old punk smoking a cigarette cut my mom off, and she honked at him, and that punk flipped my mom off. And my Catholic mother, I will never forget this, she had a cigarette in her mouth too, and she honked her horn back at him and flipped him off back, but she used the wrong finger. And she had a cigarette dangling out of her mouth, and I'll never forget my mom, rest in peace, she goes like this. We rushed Bojo into the veterinarian, and I said to the veterinarian, please fix my dog Bojo. If you fix him, I swear to God, if you can fix him, I'll come back one day in 2019. I'll play Tropic of Cancer Concert Festival Series. But it was only 1968, and he looks at me and he goes, what are you talking about? And I said, I've become unstuck in time, man. I'm like Billy Pilgrim in the book Slaughterhouse Five. I'm a time traveler. I was like my own episode of Lost. I was like, we gotta get back to the island, Jack. And I looked again at that doctor and I said, Marty, get my flux capacitor. We've got to get back to the future. Well, the veterinarian took my dog in. And as he put my dog in, he looked at me and said, I don't know what's wrong with you. And I said, this is good weed, man. I was only 8. Sure enough, my dog was in surgery for 4 hours. The veterinarian finally came out. I was praying on my hands and knees, and he said, Steve Poltz, your dog, Bojo, he's gonna live. Oh my God. I started crying tears of joy. We took Bojo home that night, and he slept at the foot of my bed, even though I was allergic to him, and I'd get asthma attacks and break out in hives. I had my asthma inhaler. And I slept next to my dog that night, and his legs were all bandaged up, and his neck was all bandaged up. And I looked at him, I said, Bojo, I love you. And my dog lifted his little head up off of the pillow, doggy pillow, and he looked at me, and he goes, Rye-Rough Fruit too. And I said, you can talk? And my dog goes, this is good weed, man. Please have everybody at the Tropic of Cancer Festival howl for any dog they've ever loved in their life, and I'll be listening in doggy heaven. So let's howl for any dog we ever loved. 1, 2, 3. Louder! Oh my God, I'm crying. This is great. Then I looked at Bojo and I said, Bojo, I just want you to know one thing. I said, Bojo, I'm in it for the long haul. I'm with you till the end. I'm in it for the long haul. You'll always be my friend. Try it with me. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm with you till the end. I'm with you till the end. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm in it for the long haul. You'll always be my friend. Let's get Po Girl out here to sing on this part. And Hanna. We need some female energy. Hanna and Po Girl. And I want you guys now to get close to each other and put your arms around each other's shoulders, even if there's strangers next to you. We're gonna do this now, everybody. Let's form a human love circle. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm with you till the end. I'm with you till the end. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm in it for the long haul. You'll always be my friend. You'll always be my friend. One more time, come on. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm with you till the end. I'm in it till the end. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm in it for the long haul. You'll always be my friend. You'll always be my friend. Now just you guys one last time. What a night, ladies and gentlemen. Father Guido Sarducci, Jan Belushi, Gilda Radner. We got more music coming up. This is going till 6 in the morning.